Benoit Roussel. And the man in charge at the sound of the bell, Mr. Tony Weeks. Introducing first out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 147 pounds, wearing white trunks with red and blue trim. He brings a record of 39 wins, only 2 defeats, 27 of those victories coming by way of knockout. The former welterweight world champion from Sheffield, England, the special one, Kell Brook! Introducing out of the red corner. He weighed in at 146.4 pounds, wearing black trunks with gold trim. He brings a perfect record, 36 wins, no defeats, 27 victories coming by way of knockout. The former lightweight world champion, the former undisputed junior welterweight world champion, the reigning, defending WBO welterweight world champion, the pound-for-pound king from Omaha, Nebraska, Terence Bud Crawford!
Okay, here we go. Okay, gentlemen, you both received your instructions in your dressing room. Okay, right here is good. Right here is good. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Let's go.
Terence Crawford again fighting not just an opponent, but the critics, the business of boxing, as he would simply tell you, the constant haters, those who try to debase his credentials, questioning who has he really fought instead of looking at how he fights, what it looks like when he fights. The guy who's opposite him right now, Kell Brook, is a believer in how it should be done. Take the toughest fight. By doing that, he became a world champ once, and he had titanium fused to his orbital bones twice. Now he's refreshed. Can he do what no other fighter has, what 36 have failed at? We find out now. Round number 1, and Dre, I offer you this. Among all the analysis of what could happen in this fight that gives Kell Brook hope is that Bud Crawford at times has been a slow starter. In fact, Dre, the fight we did against Egis Kaviaskis, Egis outlanded Crawford total punches over the course of the first 3 rounds. What should be Brook's approach early on?
Well, he can't get reckless, but he needs to start fast, start picking up that jab. I think Brook is realizing right now that Terence Crawford is a lot longer than he realized, and the space between, where he is now and actually hitting Crawford is a lot further than he realized. But yes, coming off 11-month layoff, being, a slow starter historically, the first few rounds, Brook wants to win those. But it looks like Brook is playing Crawford's game now. He's watching, he's studying, and I don't think he can outthink Crawford. He's got to start to let those hands go as he comes behind that left hand.
See, Brook thing is timing. That's his thing. He wants to time Crawford on the way in. Brook also has a great jab, a sharp jab, a strong jab. And you can see Terence Crawford trying to figure out how he can land his jab without getting hit. Another thing, Crawford typically comes out in the southpaw stance, but he came out in the right-handed stance, probably to confuse Kell Brook.
He has power in either hand, Crawford. He has finished guys, whether it is orthodox or southpaw, but in recent years we have seen plenty of Crawford, mostly in the southpaw stance, and wildly effective in doing so. Here he comes out as a righty. And there is that jab from Kell Brook as he goes to the body against the champ.
Brook jabbing extremely well right now, not just to the head, but as you just saw, also to the body.
There he throws the right hand behind it.
Brook has a brilliant 1-2. It's automatic. It's his favorite combination, but his jab right now is landing.
He just scored with it accurately upstairs against Crawford.
And that's what it's about. It's about breaking the timing and the rhythm of Terence Crawford. And you have to do that with your jab. Set it up. The power hand, which is the right hand for Brook.
Crawford looking to close that gap as he goes southpaw for a moment, doubles up the right-hand jab, and then comes with a left. Good exchange here as he switches back to righty. Fascinating first round. Going to take a short break. 17 jabs, effectively landed 6 of them.
Look, timing is what Kell Brook is special at. You know, he has a 69-inch reach. You have to understand that. He has the shorter arms in this matchup, but he knows when to throw his jab, and at the right time, at the right distance, and at the right speed.
Funny to say that he doesn't have the reach. I mean, just look at the size advantage. Look at the size across the shoulders, across the back. Look at the muscles popping in the upper body of Kell Brook, and the base he has as well, that foundation with the legs.
And see, what I noticed is that Kell Brook is taking a page out of Egis Kamayaskis. He's being patient. He's waiting. He's looking to counter Crawford. He's trying to get Crawford to commit so he can make him pay.
Jab is giving Crawford a lot of problems right now. You see him thinking, and Brook is doing the right thing. He's jabbing. That's the most important thing he can do right now because it sort of keeps him out of danger. It helps him to kind of create his range and where he wants to let his shots go, and it's also got Crawford thinking. The fight's going to get interesting if Crawford is able to make adjustments. I've seen Brook have a great plan A. He's got a great boxing ability, but when fights get deep and there's time to make adjustments, like in the Spence fight, I don't see him make that adjustment. We've seen Crawford do it in the past. He's going to have to do it right now because plan A, Brook has the advantage.
Spence fight happened in May of 2017. That was the last time Brook fought at this 147-pound limit. He was fighting brilliantly, and then Spence got to him with the power and scored an 11th round TKO with a broken left orbital bone suffered.
You also want to see how Brook takes the shots of Crawford as he starts to land clean, flush shots.
Right now it's a battle of patience. Neither fighter can afford to make a mistake, and as you see, Brook stepped in just a tad bit, and Terence had combinations waiting on him.
Just fired off a right uppercut, did Kell Brook.
Brook has every punch in his arsenal. He has a strong left hook. He also has a straight right hand and a beautiful uppercut. And as you can see, his jab is giving Terence Crawford problems, and Terence goes southpaw.
Crawford switches for one of two reasons. Either he sees something or what he was doing in the right-handed stance wasn't working.
What do you suspect here, Dre?
I think the latter is true. The right-handed stance wasn't working, and he wants to see if he can get something going from the left-handed stance.
Stop. No.
And a 2 in Vegas.